put all of his enemies under his feet. In other words, his job is to put all the enemies of God under his feet, to subdue all rebellion. And you're dealing with the fall in the garden, and it just says very clearly in the next verse, the last enemy to be destroyed is death. Death was introduced because of the fall in the garden. He's going to undo everything, and he has to be a man to subdue the world. And when he has the world subdued to God, he removes death, because that's part of the curse. Verse 27, for God has put all things in subjection under his feet, but when the psalmist says all has been put in subjection, it is clear this does not include God himself, for all things are under Messiah. In other words, God's going to restore all things, but God can't do it because dominion was given to man. The Son of God, one like a Son of Man, must do it. So God won't redeem the world. The Son of God, who is the descendant of King David, will do it. And God will use a son of David, one like the Son of Man. And God has to use a man. He uses Yeshua, who's in corporeal form. Verse 28, now when all things become subject to him, one like a son of man, the one who put all things under him, so that God may be all in all. In other words, once the Messiah, as a man sitting on the throne of David, subdues all opposition in partnership with all the peoples of the world to come into him, because this is not the ritual of the temple. This is David's Sukkah, where it's there and you can go in and just worship God. And since there's always worship there, you just join in. You just join in. Don't worry about the temple. Worry about the access you have to the presence of God. So, I got 6 minutes. I'm going to sum this up. David's Sukkah, the tent of David, the tabernacle of David, whatever it's been called, all those things in the Bible, they're all right, refers fundamentally to the tent in which David placed the Ark of the Covenant in Jerusalem. He moved from Shiloh to Jerusalem, and it symbolized immediate joyful worship in God's presence. Because anytime you go in there, the priesthood is in there praising and worshiping. If there's a break in the music, they blow, blow, blow. Always, 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 always worshiping the presence of God. And that finds its ultimate fulfillment in Messiah's kingdom that brings Jews and Gentiles under Messiah, the son of David's reign. Everybody comes together under the son of David, Messiah, and has access to the presence of God. That's why the focus is on David's Sukkah, David's tent, the tabernacle, not the temple. The temple is full of ritual. David's tent, there's no ritual. You just go into the presence of God, and there's always praise and worship there. Always praise and worship there. This is Messiah's house. Don't worry about the ritual. Cater to the presence of God. God doesn't need ritual. God wants us in his presence. God wants us in his presence. That's why he's restoring David's fallen Sukkah. David moved God from Shiloh to Jerusalem. And then Solomon built a beautiful, beautiful temple where they moved it in there. And God said, oh, that's ritual. That's okay. Ritual is okay, but that's not what his plan is. His plan is, don't get caught in a ritual. Come into my presence and praise and worship and be blessed, everybody. Shabbat shalom.